LoveLore Library. Chapter 746. It was only when Tan Shuangshuang had met Qin Yin. Only then she realized how terrible this lady was. Sponsored content. Your name is Tan Shuangshuang, right? Qin Yin approached Tan Shuangshuang slowly, her lips curved into a sneer. In the Mu family, even if I killed you, Brother Ling would definitely think that you have done something wrong to me first. If you are smart, leave Brother Ling now, otherwise don't blame me for the things that I will do later. Qin Yin would never let Tan Shuangshuang stay at the Mu family. As she could not reject Mu Ling's request, she could only make Tan Shuangshuang leave the Mu family on her own. Mu Ling's wife must be only Qin Yin. The smell of his skin, his body, his children, all belonged to Qin Yin. Simply no one else could share his man. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Whenever Qin Yin thought of how Mu Ling had gotten into bed with Tan Shuangshuang, she could not hold back the urge to tear Tan Shuangshuang into pieces and make her disappear from her life. I won't leave. Tan Shuangshuang gritted her teeth tightly. She had gone through so many struggles in order to reach this place. Obviously, she would not leave. Are you sure? Qin Yin's face was getting colder. Disregarding Qin Yin, Tan Shuangshuang walked past her. At this time, a glimmer of wickedness flashed in Qin Yin's eyes. She gripped Tan Shuangshuang's arm tightly, slapped hard across her face, and slammed her to the ground. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Qin Yin. Originally, Mu Ling had wanted to visit the old master, but he went back to Qin Yin as he had something to speak to her about but was greeted by the scene of Qin Yin slamming Tan Shuangshuang to the ground. Qin Yin, what had happened? Mu Ling rushed to Qin Yin, held onto her shoulders as he asked anxiously. As Mu Ling knew that Qin Yin would never lose her temper easily, why would she hurt Tan Shuangshuang? Qin Yin burst into tears as she bit her lower lip. Her face was full of grievances. Brother Ling, I can't take care of her. What happened? Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. She said that I am just a concubine, just like her. That I have no right to stick my nose into her business. She had even asked me to clean up Sister Suyi's room so she could stay there. I have told her that Sister Suyi will definitely return to the Mu family. Hence, she must not take her room. But she maligned Sister Suyi and called her a homewrecker. She said that since Sister Suyi had left the Mu family, why must we keep this room for her? She may malign me, but she can never malign Sister Suyi. She had even wanted to take Sister Suyi's place. Brother Ling, if you don't love me anymore, I will leave this place. Why must you get a lady to do this to me? Qin Yin's voice was caught in her throat. Spluttering with rage, Mu Ling clenched his fists tightly. I can accept that you have another concubine. But why do you purposely hurt me like this? She said you told her that she was prettier and younger than me. Her skin is better than mine and that you are no longer in love with Sister Suyi and me as both of us are old. She is young and pretty. She would definitely replace us one day. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Qin Yin's fists slammed into Mu Ling's chest. She was no longer delicate and sensible as she used to be. Her face was ghastly pale and filled with sorrow. Tan Shuangshuang. Mu Ling's bloodshot eyes pierced into Tan Shuangshuang. The anger brewing in him was so obvious that he looked as if he was a man-eating tiger. Standing upright but dazed, Tan Shuangshuang did not say a word. It was her who was beaten up. Why could Mu Ling not tell right from wrong? Tan Shuangshuang could not help recalling the time when Lu Yuchen had defended her back then. Chapter 747. Previously, no matter what Tan Shuangshuang told Lu Yuchen, he would trust her without any doubt. Hence, he had annoyed Feng Ruching again and again until one day. Feng Ruching had had enough of him and dumped him. Sponsored content. When you were in the secular world, I had to adhere to the rules. Now that you have stepped into the Mu family, you are my wife. No one dares to say anything if I penalize my own wife. Mu Ling snarled, his eyes were icy cold. Take her to the torture chamber, squeeze her fingers with sticks and slap her until her lips split. I want to see if she dares to make any irresponsible remarks again in the future. It was fortunate that Qing Yan was simple-hearted and never hold grudges. If anyone else heard this, even Sui would hold grudges against him and never tell him the things that she had heard. Hence, it would only worsen the whole situation. Tan Shuangshuang's body slumped to the ground. A flicker of fear crossed her eyes. No, I don't want to be punished. I want to leave here. I want to leave the Mu family. Tan Shuangshuang flew into a great panic and stumbled toward the door. She had never felt so regretful before. If only she had known that Qin Qingyan was such a dreadful lady and that Mu Ling was such a fool before this, she would never step into the Mu family. At least, Lu Fuyong protected her. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Just as Tan Shuangshuang took a few steps forward, Han Yi blocked her way. Bang! Han Yi's palm fell on Tan Shuangshuang's shoulder, sending her flying backward. Her face was ghastly pale. Ouch! My stomach hurts. It is killing me. Tan Shuangshuang was rolling on the ground in pain. Tan Shuangshuang, stop acting. Mu Ling merely frowned. My stomach hurts. It really hurts. Beads of cold sweats could be seen covering Tan Shuangshuang's head. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Mu Ling signaled Han Yi to check Tan Shuangshuang. Although Han Yi barely knew some basic medical skills, he could tell whether or not she was acting. Han Yi approached Tan Shuangshuang. When his hand felt her pulse, his body stiffened. Young Manor Master, she is 40 days pregnant. 40 days ago was the day Mu Ling was drugged. Chen Qingyan lost her balance and could only stand by clinging on to Mu Ling's arms. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. She pursed her lips, her face was ghastly pale. Tan Shuangshuang was pregnant with Mu Ling's child. Once again, the man whom Chen Qingyan loved the most had gotten another lady pregnant. She could feel as if a hammer was hitting at her heart, over and over again. Currently, even if she tore both Tan Shuangshuang and his child apart, she was not capable of wiping out the agony tearing at her heart. Qingyan, Mu Ling hurriedly held on to Chen Qingyan's arms and turned to glare at Han Yi. What are you doing? Take her to the torture chamber. Don't hurt her child. After all, Tan Shuangshuang was pregnant with Mu Ling's child. Mu Ling only had 2 sons, Nan Xian who had never listened to him and Mu Shi whom he could never count on. Hence, he simply could not do anything to Tan Shuangshuang before his child was born. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. As soon as Tan Shuangshuang knew that she was pregnant, her face did not change but her body shook violently. 40 days ago, Lu Fuyong had had a quarrel with Lady Lu as she had caught Lu Fuyong in bed with Tan Shuangshuang. Hence, besides Mu Ling, Tan Shuangshuang had actually slept with Lu Fuyong on the very same day. However, this child must be Mu Ling's. Mu Ling was drugged and had slept with her over and over again for half a month. He was so strong whereas Lu Fuyong was just a week-old coot. Hence, she must be pregnant with Mu Ling's child. Chapter 748. Thinking of this, Tan Shuangshuang's entire face changed. She looked much more relaxed now. She no longer wanted to run away. Sponsored content: if she gave birth to a son, her status in the Mu family would rise. As Chen Qingyan was no longer young, Tan Shuangshuang would definitely replace her one day. Her lips curved into a sneer. As Han Yi was afraid that Tan Shuangshuang might upset Chen Qingyan, he quickly took Tan Shuangshuang out of the courtyard. Currently, there were only Mu Ling and Chen Qingyan left standing there. Qingyan, I won't let Tan Shuangshuang stay in the Mu family. You will take care of her child after she has successfully delivered the child. Is that all right? Exhausted, Chen Qingyan closed her eyes. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Mu Ling wanted to keep this child after all. He even wanted Chen Qingyan to take care of this child. Had he ever thought that he would break her heart by doing so? How could she accept the child he had had with another lady? Brother Ling, I am tired. I need to get some rest. Chen Qingyan smiled wryly as she shook off Mu Ling's hand and turned to leave. Just as Chen Qingyan turned around, her eyes caught onto a man who was sitting on a stone bench not far away. Seeing this, Chen Qingyan's body stiffened. With a book in his hand, the man looked extremely weak. His cold eyes were fixed on both Mu Ling and Chen Qingyan. Mu Qingyan. Why is he there? How long has he been sitting there? Did he witness the entire incident? Chen Qingyan's face darkened a few shades. She clenched her fists tightly, a glint of fear crept into her eyes. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Second brother, someone has bullied your sister-in-law just now, why didn't you help her? Mu Ling frowned as he said. He had just seen Mu Qingyan too. I told you many times, she is just a concubine, not my sister-in-law. Moreover, she is really something. She doesn't need my help at all. The corner of Mu Qingyan's lips curved into a faint smile. Hearing this, Chen Qingyan's pale face grew even paler. It seemed that Mu Qingyan had witnessed the whole situation. It was true that Mu Qingyan knew what Chen Qingyan had done to Tan Shuangshuang. He knew that Chen Qingyan had framed Tan Shuangshuang. Brother Ling, I'm worn out, shall we rest? Chen Qingyan pursed her lips as she asked softly. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Alright, let's get back to the chamber. Hearing this, Mu Ling could feel a tingling sensation in his heart. He held on to Chen Qingyan's shoulder as he said. At this time, Mu Qingyan was still sitting nonchalantly on the stone bench. His face was sickly pale. However, he did not say anything as he knew that even if he told Mu Ling what he had seen, Mu Ling would never believe him. Mu Ling would never believe that the lady who slept by his side was actually a vicious monster. Moreover, Mu Ling would never believe that this monstrous lady had driven Sui out of the Mu family. Since Mu Ling would not believe in him, why should Mu Qingyan tell him? Furthermore, Tan Shuangshuang was terribly greedy. It was not a bad idea to let both Tan Shuangshuang and Chen Qingyan fight against each other. As Mu Ling and Chen Qingyan had not met each other for quite a long while, once both of them got back to the chamber, they could no longer hold back their desires. In the blink of an eye, Chen Qingyan stripped naked before his eyes. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Seeing this, a burning flame of desire swept through Mu Ling, but his lower body was not in the slightest bit responding to the arousal. He had tried a few times but all in vain. What happened to me? At this time, a glint of fear crossed his handsome face. Mu Ling had lost the ability in bed. Mu Ling suddenly recalled the day he got into bed with Tan Shuangshuang. He had slept with her over and over again but he did not manage to completely get rid of the aphrodisiac. Hence, they had continued on and on for half a month. That was crazy. During that time, his energy was so unprecedentedly good and he had never been so powerful before. Even Tan Shuangshuang had constantly begged him to stop. Chapter 749. What happened to Mu Ling? Why was he not aroused at all? Sponsored content Sui. It must have something to do with the spiked drink. Mu Ling collapsed to the ground. Blazing with rage, his body was shivering. Sui hated Mu Ling so much that she had actually done this out of revenge so that Mu Ling could never touch another lady ever again. Brother Ling. What happened? Chen Qingyan panicked. She held on to Mu Ling's arm tightly. What could she do if Mu Ling had truly lost the ability in bed? I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. Mu Ling rubbed his head, puzzled. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. It seems that I have lost the ability in bed, after my drink was spiked. As Mu Ling had never slept with Tan Shuangshuang after he had completely detoxified his body, he had no idea that he had lost such ability. Stunned, Chen Qingyan's body shuddered violently. She lost her balance and nearly fell down. All of a sudden, Chen Qingyan clung tightly onto Mu Ling's arm as if she had thought of something. Brother Ling, I heard someone in Paramount is capable of making herbal dishes with a great healing effect. We could get that person to treat you. If that person refuses to treat you, we could ask her to make herbal dishes for you. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The young master of Paramount is part of Deity's Gate. Would his subordinate listen to me? Mu Ling put her arms down slowly. Brother Ling, the person who is capable of making such a powerful herbal dish is really something. As long as we can provide her with the spirit herbs, she must be able to make powerful herbal dishes out of it. Then, we could pay her with spirit herbs in return to keep her with us. However, if she refuses, Chen Qingyan pursed her lips, hesitantly. If that person is a lady, we could make her Sierra's wife, and if that person is a young master, we could marry Mu Huan to him. We could bond that person through a marriage with the Mu family so he or she can continuously treat you. Brother Ling, I won't hesitate to sacrifice Huaner and Sierra's happiness for the sake of your health. Since both Tang Yin and Gu Yi had called off the marriage with Nan Xian, if the rare talent in Paramount could heal me, I would make her Nan Xian's first wife. If that person is a young master, Huaner will marry him. Suddenly, Mu Ling's eyes lit up. Such a rare talent was indeed a perfect match for Nan Xian. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Hearing this, Chen Qingyan's face stiffened. Her hands balled into fists. No matter how much Mu Ling cared for Sierra, he would give the best thing to Nan Xian, including a good marriage. All right. However, you know Sierra very well. He had rejected the 2 marriages that you have arranged for him before. Naturally, he might not accept this one, too. We must not delay your treatment anymore. If he refuses this marriage, Sierra will marry her. Chen Qingyan bit back the resentment in her heart and broke into a faint smile. All right, but before that, we need to find out whether that person is male or female, old or young. Mu Ling sighed softly. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Sure. Brother Ling, I will get Sierra to find out about that person. Chen Qingyan said with a soft smile on her face. It's going to be hard for you. By the way, don't let Sierra know what had happened to me. I don't want this to leak out and disgrace the Mu family. In Mu Ling's eyes, reputation and dignity were more important than anything else in the world. He must never let others know that he had lost his ability in bed. He could not bear such great humiliation. Chapter 750. What did you just say? Sponsored content in the manner. Gu Shi slammed his hand on the table as he snarled. His handsome face was filled with mild anger. Are you sure the bastards who attacked us are from the Divine Herbs sect? Manor Master, this subordinate had dealt with the people from the Divine Herbs sect before. I am sure that they are the disciples of the Divine Herbs sect. The middle-aged man kneeled down as he answered, respectfully. This Divine Herbs sect has got some nerve. How dare they mess with Tianshan Manor? Send someone to Luyun Kingdom to bring ye back. I am going to the Divine Herbs sect now. I swear I will never let them off easily if they don't straighten this out. With one hand behind his back, Gusher got up slowly and strode toward the door. His unruffled expression hid a storm brewing behind his eyes. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Feng Riching was the mastermind behind this, but she had never thought that it would have such a great impact. Naturally, she did not know that Nan Xian had been adding fuel to the flame. These days, Feng Riching was really having a great time. Besides going into closed-door cultivation, the only thing that she was enjoying was the breathtaking mountain views together with some lady servants. Hence, she was stunned when Lei Yun informed her of the things that were happening outside. The Divine Herbs sect is fighting with Tianshan Manor. Feng Riching had tasked the great elder Lei Yun to frame the Divine Herbs sect as she wanted to make the Divine Herbs sect a scapegoat. She had never thought that the people in Tianshan Manor to be so short-tempered to stir up a battle with the Divine Herbs sect. Read comics on our web novel. Live download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Did the great elder Lei Yun beat up Tianshan Manor's master's daughter and stir up the commotion? Manor lady, I don't know what's going on. Recently, the disciples of the Divine Herbs sect have been acting like they have been possessed by the devil. Whenever they see someone from Tianshan Manor, they would rush over and fight them. Hence, they had infuriated the manor master, Gusher. Gusher. Feng Riching frowned. She felt that the name was extremely familiar, but she could not recall where she had heard the name from. Then, the Divine Herbs sect's reaction. Raising her brow, Feng Ru asked. It's all the Divine Herbs sect's fault after all. Hence, they have given a great number of spirit herbs to Tianshan Manor to appease their anger. The great elder Lei Yun could not help laughing. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. No doubt, it was a big loss to the Divine Herbs sect. However, simply no one knew why the disciples of the Divine Herbs sect would lose their minds whenever they saw the people from Tianshan Manor. Oh yeah, the people of the Divine Herbs sect had killed many disciples from Tianshan Manor. However, none of them has set foot into Luyun Kingdom. The people of Tianshan Manor could be found everywhere in Songyu mainland. Luyun Kingdom was no exception. Even if their identities were unknown, there must be some of them hiding within Luyun Kingdom. However, no one from the Divine Herbs sect had actually stepped into Luyun Kingdom. Hearing this, Feng Riching frowned even harder. She could feel that things might not be as simple as it seemed. Lei Yun, I will give some spirit herbs to Fengyun Manor a few days later. I want every one of you to enhance your strength. Feng Riching paused for a while. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Don't get Fifth Elder involved. I don't trust him. The Fifth Elder was not very observant and Feng Riching had learned the hard way through Tang Yu and Mo Feifei. On the contrary, all the lady servants that Lei Yun had sent her were extremely good. Although all of them had freckles on their faces, they were charming and obedient. Chapter 751. Hence, Lei Yin was the only one Feng Riching could trust in Fengyun Manor. Sponsored content. It seems that the manor lady has completely lost her trust in Fifth Elder. The corners of Lei Yun's lips lifted. Manor lady, don't worry. I won't reach a bottleneck so soon. Hence, I don't need to go into closed-door cultivation. I will restructure the entire Fengyun clan. Both Tang Yu and Mo Feifei will never appear in the clan again. As Lei Yun had gone into closed-door cultivation for the past few years, he did not get himself involved in anything related to Fengyun clan. Now that he wanted to restructure the entire clan, naturally, he must get his hands dirty. Otherwise, there might be more people like Mo Feifei in Fengyun clan. Lei Yun, you just have to bear this in mind. It is fine if the disciples of Fengyun clan have no talent but not without humanity. They can compete with one another but they can never humiliate each other. If someone refuses to follow the rule, make him or her spit out all the spirit herbs that he has taken and throw him out of Fengyun clan. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. They must never think that they could do whatever they wanted and still remain in Fengyun clan after taking so many spirit herbs. At your command, Manor Lady, Li Yun answered respectfully. Feng Ruqing yawned lazily. Her lazy gaze swept past Lei Yu. I will leave Fengyun Manor a few days later. When I come back, I hope that everyone's strength in Fengyun Manor will have greatly enhanced. Originally, Feng Ruqing should have left as soon as she knew the route to Tianshan Manor. However, she had stayed here for quite some time as she was waiting to harvest the Grade 5 spirit herbs. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Although her spiritual chi could speed up the ripening of spirit herbs, she was only capable of ripening one piece of spirit herb a day. As Fengyun clan needed a great number of spirit herbs, she could never get all of them within a short time period using her spiritual chi. Hence, she could only wait for the spirit herb to grow at its own pace. 5 more days, Feng Ruqing lowered her eyes. She could finally leave Fengyun Manor for an extremely mysterious place after 5 days. Feng Ruqing raised her head to look at the vast blue sky. Chainer. Half a year has passed. How have you been? I can finally meet you again. If you are having a hard time, I will bring you home. No one is allowed to hurt you for the rest of your life. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Feng Ruqing clenched her fists subconsciously as she dropped her eyes. Walking briskly in the courtyard wearing a red robe, her long black hair fluttered in the wind. Suddenly, Feng Ruqing disappeared without a trace. As the night wore on, the curtains moved gently in an evening breeze that was sweeping through the open windows. Smoke curled up in the air from the incense burner. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. A young master stood by the bed, staring quietly at the lady lying on the bed. The corner of his lips curved into a smile. Slowly, he lowered his head and pressed a gentle kiss that was full of tenderness, longing, and love on the lattice lips. Chinger, just do whatever you want to do. I will always stay by your side and bring all the unsettled matters to an end. His fingers slid through the lattice hair. His eyes were full of tenderness. At this time, the lady was sleeping like a log and did not respond. The young master's slender fingers slid across her cheek. He retracted his hand, he was still staring at the lady on the bed. After a while, he turned to leave, reluctantly. At this moment, Lei Yun was waiting fearfully outside the chamber. When he saw that the young master had left the chamber, he heaved a sigh of relief. Chapter 752, Fortunately, sponsored content. Nan Xian did nothing to the young lady. Otherwise, he did not know how to stop Nan Xian with his current strength. If he did not stop Nan Xian, the manor master would not spare him. But Lei Yun looked at the man and frowned slightly. Nan Xian and the young lady, what was their relationship? He always felt that Nan Xian looked at her differently. But if the young lady was going to be with young modern Nan Xian, she would have to endure countless attacks from other people. He was not willing to let the young lady suffer any injuries. These days, she seems to be having some bad sleep. I have given her some fragrance that will calm her down. You don't need to disturb her. Nan Xian's eyes were cold as a moon. His white robe was floating like a fairy. And asked the women from Fengyun Manor to stay away from her, so she can get a good rest. Don't let them harm her with their beauty. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Lei Yun was speechless. Why did he always feel that there were hidden meanings behind Nan Xian's words? Young Master Nan Xian, don't you want to wait until the young lady wakes up? Lei Yun asked, carefully. The man slightly smiled. No, she doesn't want me to follow her. Lei Yun was silent. Was Tianshan Manor's Nan Xian such a nice person to talk to? The young lady did not want him to follow her. Hence, he secretly followed her like an idiot. And even ran to look for her while she was asleep. Young lady, why doesn't she want you? Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Nan Xian looked back. Then he looked at the girl in the room coldly before his gaze gradually warmed up. She wants to protect me and doesn't want me to go back to Tianshan Manor. So, why don't I cooperate with her? This feeling of being protected by her, as if it had happened before. I will come in the next few days. Nan Xian glanced back. No one in Fengyun Manor is allowed to do anything. Don't let her know. Lei Yun's old face stiffened. He was a little hesitant, but finally gritted his teeth and asked, Young Master Nan Xian, my manor lady is not a married woman. It's not appropriate for you to come to her every night. Although the young lady was once abandoned, the marriage was not recognized by the manor master. As it was not recognized by the manor master, so it did not count. His manor's young lady was still a girl. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. I will marry her. Nan Xian stared again at the girl on the bed through the open door. His lips were plastered with a slight smile. Elder Lei Yun was relieved. Wait a minute. Something's wrong. If the young lady was going to marry, what about those girls in Fengyun Manor? This. Young Master Nan Xian, Lei Yun gritted his teeth. Although Fengyun Manor is far less powerful than Tianshan Manor, the young lady is the manor master's life. If the young lady is harmed in any way, Fengyun Manor will definitely avenge for her. Moreover, my manor's young lady will never be a concubine. Nan Xian's cold gaze fell on Lei Yun. That indifferent gaze made Lei Yun's heart tremble. He took a few steps backward, and his forehead had already broken out in cold sweats. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. I know that the Mu family's master is seeking a wife everywhere for you. However, if you really like my manor's young lady, you can't allow her to be only a concubine. Otherwise, don't provoke the young lady. Nan Xian's eyes grew colder. Qing'er will always be my only one. She can't be a concubine. If she is my wife, there will be no concubine. But, Lei Yun swallowed hard. You are so filial. If your father forces you, perhaps the man's aura was too intimidating. Lei Yun had even unknowingly used the terms of respect. Nan Xian's eyes were slightly cold. Infilial. Everyone in the reclusive world knows about it. Chapter 753. Everyone knew that the Mu family's Nan Xian was very filial and obedient to Mu Ling. Other than that, he was also handsome and extremely talented. Sponsored content, yes. Mu Ling praised him. Nevertheless, he knew that it was not for him, but to declare to the world. As long as it was the woman that Mu Ling had picked for him, he would obey and accept. In this way. Should he go back and hang Mu Ling at the gate of the city and beat him 100 times to show his impiety? Young Master Nan Xian, Lei Yun saw Nan Xian's hardened face. He became more and more hesitant. Nan Xian gradually regained his composure. My mother likes Qing'er very much. What did young Master Nan Xian mean? Whether my mother likes her or not, she is the only person I recognize as my partner. It meant that no one can intervene in his decision. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. His previous words actually told Lei Yun that everyone in his family would accept Qing'er. Mu Ling was the only one who could not accept her. Of course, Nan Xian would not have spoken so much with Lei Yun if it was in the past. It would be sufficient to just say the final decision. But today Lei Yun represented Nailan Yen. He would let Nailan Yen know that Qing'er would marry him without any grievances. Nan Xian stopped talking. He closed the door for Feng Ruqing and walked past Lei Yun. The man's white robe under the moonlight made the atmosphere seem even colder. His fairy-like figure went further and further, disappearing quietly in the night. As if he had not come before. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The next day. In the morning sun, the girl opened her eyes slowly. She stretched her body and slowly rose from the bed. She did not sleep very much in the past few days. Even with the help of the divine spirit fruit, she was not as comfortable as last night. Maybe I missed the state preceptor too much. I dreamt of him last night. She felt that someone was there last night. But there was no sound in Feng Yun manner. Maybe she thought about it too much. Perhaps she really missed the state preceptor so much that she dreamt of him. I will be able to go back to the state preceptor after I have found Qing'er. Feng Ruqing squinted. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Not only Qin Chen was in that Tianshan manor, but also the Mu family. If she had the chance, she really wanted to see who was the woman who drove Sui away. Who had hurt Sui and Nan Xian so much? Princess. Lu Li came in through the door with a basin of water. She laid the basin on the table and walked in front of Feng Ruqing. Princess. Paramount's young master Jiu Ming is here. Feng Ruqing was stunned. Jiu Ming. Why is he here? If nothing has happened, he can't come to me. Lu Li, ask him to wait for a moment. I'll go to him after I have cleaned up. Yes, Princess. Lu Li left after she bowed. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Feng Yun Manor. In the manor's courtyard. Jiu Ming stood in the center of the stone pavilion with one hand behind his back. He smiled a little, but his eyes were fixed on the girl who was not far away. Girl, you left without a word. It's hard for me to find you. They had both experienced a battle in the forest of spirit beasts together. Now that she was going to leave, she remained silent and had disappeared without even saying goodbye. If he had not come to her, he would not know if she would go to him at all. Jiu Ming, you wanted to meet me. Did something happen in Luyan Kingdom? Or is there a problem with the herbal dishes in Paramount? Feng Ruqing walked to the center of the stone pavilion and stopped. Chapter 754. Jiu Ming smiled wickedly. Can't I visit you for no reason? Sponsored content. Feng Ruqing's fingers stroked her chin as she smiled a little. You are so busy. It's impossible for you to come to me unless it is a serious matter. Her smile was beautiful and picturesque. It was like a hand tickling the man's heart. I do have something to tell you. Jiu Ming looked at Feng Ruqing intensely. Someone came to inquire about you recently. Feng Ruqing was startled. The Mu family. Yes. The Mu family knows about my relationship with Nan Xian. It's normal to inquire about me, it's normal. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. No. Jiu Ming shook his head with a smile. They asked about the person who provided us the herbal dishes in Paramount. Luckily, I have warned the fat girl that you have recruited for Paramount to not tell anyone about the herbal dishes. However, regarding your spirit beast's capability in making herbal dishes, I fear that it will spread out sooner or later. Feng Ruqing had never said anything about the herbal dishes. She had even concealed it deliberately in front of the maids in Fengyun Manor. She no longer took out the herbal dishes recklessly. She only allowed 2 girls, Lu Li and Qing Ling, to use the herbal dishes. The 2 girls had not been exposed to spirit herbs. Moreover, they were naive. She lied to them that it was just an ordinary herbal dish. The 2 girls were completely convinced. But such deception could not be applied to others. In the beginning, she had planned to use Paramount to earn Gui's money. However, Gui was not as silly as Xiao Yin. So, Gui must have guessed that she had something to do with the herbal dishes in Paramount. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Oh, what about them? Just let them find me if they want to. Feng Ruqing smiled, indifferently. Besides, I believe that you won't betray me. Jiu Ming smiled helplessly. Paramount is destined to help you settle this mess. But girl, Paramount will be yours in the future. I don't need it. Feng Ruqing shrugged as she did not have much interest in Paramount. I will manage Paramount for you. In the future, Paramount's owner must be your people. Jiu Ming's tone was firm and could not be rejected. Feng Ruqing's face darkened. Was this guy forcibly giving Paramount to her? She could not even reject it. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Jiu Ming, why did the people of Mu family seek me? Feng Ruqing groaned for a moment and asked. Is it because of the Mu family's old master? Does he need treatment? Read more chapter on VIP novel. Calm in Luyun Kingdom, Sui had no longer hide after her identity was revealed. She even mentioned the Mu family's old master several times. It was said that the old master was in poor health, so the Mu family had fallen into Mu Ling's hands. Originally, Feng Ruqing was ill-disposed toward the Mu family. Until Sui told her that the Mu family's old master had always stood by her. With this, she knew that not all the people in the so-called Mu family were wicked. No, they came to inquire about your gender. Jiu Ming sneered. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. My gender. Yes. The Mu family wants to know if you are a male or female. Feng Ruqing was silent. After a while, she said, what is their purpose of knowing that? Jiu Ming smiled again after hearing her words. He strangely looked at Feng Ruqing. The Mu family's Nanxian's marriage has been cancelled again. The news has spread in the reclusive world. Chapter 755. The first fiancé that the Mu family had found for Nanxian ran away. After that, they went to the manor master and wanted to forge an alliance through marriage. Unfortunately, Tianshan Manor's manor master led a group of people to the Mu family to cancel the marriage not long ago. Nanxian was abandoned once again. Sponsored content somehow, Feng Ruqing felt some sympathy for Nanxian then. He had been dumped twice in a row. 2. Are you unhappy? Jiu Ming asked with a smile while looking at Feng Ruqing's face. Feng Ruqing hesitated for a moment. I was just wondering why Nanxian was being dumped again. If the woman did not want to accept him, then she should reject the marriage from the start. Why did she abandon him afterward? Did the Mu family do something? She knew that Tang Yin had rejected the marriage for her sake. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. But what about Tianshan Manor's young lady? Why did she do that? So, Jiu Ming smiled. Regarding the Mu family asking about your gender, maybe they want to control you through marriage. A genius who can develop an herbal dish is definitely capable of doing some research on producing a spirit herbal dish. This will benefit all major forces. The only good thing is that the only person who knows that the herbal dishes are produced by you, Feng Rishuang, is dead. As for other people, I have gone to them one by one. They admired you so much. Furthermore, they are all from Luyun Kingdom. Thus, they will not betray you. Jiu Ming was silent for a long time and then continued. The other day, Feng Ruqing had introduced the public to a prescription for treating scars at Paramount's boathouse. Later, those people could guess that the herbal dish in Paramount must have come from Feng Ruqing. Fortunately, those people who were there that day were all from Luyun Kingdom and they liked Feng Ruqing so much. So, nothing would have come out from them. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Oh, Feng Ruqing simply replied. Girl, Jiu Ming's eyes were gentle. If you just say it, you can be Nan Xian's rightful wife. Feng Ruqing sneered. We don't need those people to intervene in our matters. Even if they accept us, we will not be a part of the Mu family. On the contrary, I will not leave Nan Xian if they are against it. Ridiculous. The Mu family had treated Sui so badly. Why would she serve the Mu family? Were they not afraid that she would poison their shitty grandchildren? Jiu Ming kept quiet. Then he continued to ask after a while, Girl, when are you going to Tianshan Manor? Feng Ruqing smiled. After a few days. If you are in Luyun Kingdom, don't let Sui know that I'm going to Tianshan Manor. I will avenge them, but I don't want them to see those disgusting faces again. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Sui was gentle and elegant. She surely could not fight those people. She could not even curse. She would only be bullied. Therefore, she would never let Sui participate in this matter. Jiu Ming smiled helplessly. Even if I don't say it, they will know that you have gone to Tianshan Manor. It's okay, just distract them for as long as you can. Feng Ruqing shrugged. Jiu Ming, no matter what, I still have to thank you for helping me. Jiu Ming had offered her too much information. If it were not for Jiu Ming, she would not have known that Chainer was in Tianshan Manor. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. We are partners. Of course, I will help you. Jiu Ming's eyes quickly scanned Feng Ruqing's body. He was still laughing heartlessly. But was it really the case? Only he knew the answer. He could have ordered someone to deliver the news to her. However, he came here personally. Just so he could see her again. Chapter 756. Oh. Feng Ruqing's eyes were clear. She smiled. I hope you can help me look after Luyun Kingdom. My imperial father and imperial mother are not in Luyun Kingdom now. I am afraid that the Mu family might target Luyun Kingdom if they can't find me. Sponsored content. Jiu Ming's hand caressed Feng Ruqing's head. Don't worry. I won't let your country be harmed in any way. That's right, Feng Ruqing's eyes slightly narrowed. If the Mu family really wants to know my name, just tell them my name is Qing Xian. Qing Xian. If the words were changed, it might be a combination of their names, which implicated Nan Xian and her. But if the two words were directly used, it would be too obvious. That was why Feng Ruqing decided to use words that had the same pronunciation. Okay. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Jiu Ming's eyes fell on the girl's face. One more thing. Nan Xian's mother, Nan Suyi, has left Luyun Kingdom. Feng Ruqing was stunned. What? Did Suyi leave Luyun Kingdom? And Jiu Ming paused. Tan Shuangshuang is missing. She seems to have been taken away by some other forces and her whereabouts have been intentionally erased. It will take some time for Paramount to find the person who took her away. Since the beginning, Feng Ruqing did not really care about Tan Shuangshuang. Nevertheless, Feng Ruqing had never expected that Tan Shuangshuang would be taken away at this time. She touched her chin. She groaned for a while. No problem. Tan Shuangshuang can't cause any trouble. Jiu Ming, when are you leaving? Jiu Ming suddenly laughed. Little girl, why do you want me to leave so quickly? Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Well, I just want you to help me investigate something. Why are the people from the Divine Herbs sect attacking the people from Tianshan Manor? I always feel that someone is involved in that matter. She squinted, a ray of light flashed in her eyes. She immediately looked up, staring at the man in front of her. The man was wearing a mask that covered the unrivaled beauty under the mask. Actually, Feng Ruqing smirked. You don't have to hide your face all the time. Your birthmark is beautiful. Not everyone in this world hates to see your face. The man touched his mask. He stared at the girl's smile. Suddenly, he chuckled and took off the mask, exposing an evil but handsome face. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The lightning sign on his face was so beautiful that it added a bit of wickedness to his appearance. If you don't want me to wear a mask, I won't wear it again in the future. Feng Ruqing blinked. She was just giving a suggestion. Why did she feel that there was something else behind Jiu Ming's words? It's getting late. I'll go and investigate the matter regarding the Divine Herbs sect in Tianshan Manor. Jiu Ming looked at the girl in front of him. Maybe we will meet each other in Tianshan Manor next time. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Since she had decided to go to Tianshan Manor alone, he would not let her run into danger. Feng Ruqing did not doubt Jiu Ming's words. Jiu Ming was a member of Deity's Gate. They might really meet in Tianshan Manor in the future. Jiu Ming did not stay on after he finished his words. He glanced at Feng Ruqing and turned around. Then, the figure in a purple robe gradually disappeared in the morning light. Just as he stepped out Fengyun Manor, an elder was respectfully waiting for him. Chapter 757, Let's go, Jiu Ming said with one hand behind his back. There was a bright smile on that handsome but evil face. Return to Paramount in Luyun Kingdom. Sponsored content, yes, young master. The elder greeted him respectfully. But he was slightly shocked when he saw Jiu Ming's face. The young master had never taken down the mask. He had developed this habit over the years. So, why after visiting Fengyun Manor? He was willing to show other people his true face. Young master, I don't understand. The elder frowned slightly. Why do you protect Feng Ruqing? And even take the risk of fighting against the master? Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The young master had recently acted against the master more than once for Feng Ruqing. No matter how the master persuaded him to return to Deity's Gate, he still refused and ignored it. Jiu Ming paused in his steps. Since I am her business partner, I will not let anyone hurt her. The elder smiled bitterly. It seems to me that you don't just treat her as simple as a friend, let alone a business partner. Jiu Ming turned his back to the elder behind him. He stared at the rising sun not far away. His actions, was he really that obvious? But the girl did not notice anything. It was better like this. At least being her business partner, she would not alienate him in her life. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. What can be said, what can't be said, you should know very well. Jiu Ming's eyes glanced at the elder. Most importantly, don't let her know. The elder was speechless. Should the young master not worry about letting the master know about it? Why did he only worry that Feng Ruqing will know about it? Under normal circumstances, should a man not chase the woman he was in love with? Why did he not want to let her know? Young master, you are a great man. If you like her, why not tell her? Maybe, download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Jiu Ming's eyes darkened. Because the woman I like is not a half-hearted person. Xiao Qing'er already loves someone else. Unless she abandons that guy first, I will only cause her more trouble. How could the woman he loved be half-hearted? If that was the case, how was that different from any other ordinary woman? Furthermore, Xiao Qing'er is also a great woman. Jiu Ming smirked. Not only is she talented, but she also has a very good background. No one can compare to her. The Mu family will regret treating her like this sooner or later. The elder was stunned. Young master, I know that the princess is very talented, but her background. Although Fengyun Manor is ranked among the top ones in the reclusive world, it is an overstatement to say that no one can compare to her. There is still the Divine Herbs sect, Tianshan Manor, and Deity's Gate which are above Fengyun Manor. You're wrong. Jiu Ming shook his head. Xiao Qing'er was Tian Ya's descendant. Tianya, download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Young people might not be familiar with this name, but to the older generation, it was a nightmare. Jiu Ming was just born when Tianya had left. However, he was always searching more about Tianya after learning about that name. These were what the three forces wanted to know. Young master, the elder's lips were trembling. He was shocked. You said, she is Tianya's descendant. Yes. Jiu Ming smiled. 10 years ago, the three forces were fearful of Tianya's powerful strength. The reclusive world would have already been subverted that day if only there were not too many people. Chapter 758. In the end, they would rather accept any conditions set by Tianya and they would push Tianya closer to that place, which shows how deep their fear of Tianya is. Sponsored content. Jiu Ming raised his eyes again. His eyes gleamed subtly. Even if the people who had entered that place did not come out, Tianya was still alive. As long as he was alive, he might leave that place one day. By then, who would be his opponent? They could not beat him back then, let alone now. The elder was really shocked. If Feng Ruqing was really Tian Ya's descendant, then no one in this world would dare to invade Luyun Kingdom. I also found out not long ago that Tianya was the retired emperor of Luyun Kingdom. Jiu Ming still had his back to the elder. And as far as I know, he fought against the entire reclusive world all by himself that day. It was because a man from the reclusive world had killed innocent people in one of the cities in Luyun Kingdom. That had completely angered him. If he could do this even for the ordinary people, Xiao Qing'er as being his granddaughter would be treated no less. If he returns in the future and finds out that she has been bullied, do you think there would be peace in this world? If he could be so furious on behalf of the ordinary people, he would be even more exasperated if it was his family. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. By then, the world would no longer be peaceful. Jiu Ming only admired two people in this life. They were Tianya and Empress Nalan. Both of them regarded the people as their children. So, he could not help but admire such heroes. Elder Lei, I can only trust you in Paramount. I can't let anyone know about this. I want to see what else will those people do. With Tian Ya's talent, no one could be stronger than him now. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Therefore, he was not wrong. Comparing identities, no one could compare to Feng Ruching. Yes, young master. The elder was a clever man. He naturally knew that he could not spread the news. But he sighed as he thought of the faces of the people in Deity's Gate. The young master obviously did not want to care about them. He only hoped that they did not do anything terrible. Or else the whole Deity's Gate would be destroyed one day. Let's go. Jiuming stopped talking and walked down the hill. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Elder Lei followed him closely and disappeared from the road in front of Fengyun Manor. Luyun Kingdom. Inside the imperial city. All the people who were walking on the street stopped short. They were astonished and they could not even look away. They were all looking at a young man in a black robe. The young man had fair skin, pink lips, and prominent eyebrows. His eyes were as clear as water, and his childishness teased beneath his appearance. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. If Nan Xian's beauty was described as a work of art, well, this young man was like the person who first came to the world. He was indifferent but handsome. Moreover, he was as cute as a girl. It was like Nan Xian was a god, whereas this young man was like a pet, obedient and loyal. Why are these people looking at me? The young man frowned. He was bewildered and puzzled. He bit his lip and hesitated for a moment. Then he approached a passerby and asked, "May I know how do I get to the Princess Manor?" The middle-aged man who was approached was very excited. Indeed. Although he was a man, this young man was too cute. This young man made his heart skip a bit. 3. Chapter 759. But the young man's words felt like a basin of cold water was poured over him. He was drenched through by his words. Sponsored content. Another person who was bewitched by the princess. Recently, the girls in the imperial city were obsessed with the princess. Why was such a cute boy also obsessed? It was like this world had changed for a moment. Everyone was bewitched by a woman regardless of their gender. Just go forward. The man sounded like he was crying when he said, "You will see a manor labeled Supreme Princess Manor. That is the place." He had been so lonely to such an extent that even seeing a young man made his heart flutter because all the girls were pursuing the princess. Why did the princess still not let go of these people? Could the princess not give them, the singles, a chance to marry? Did they have to go to a brothel? Just forget it, a brothel was not a good place to visit. The young man continued to walk forward after he had thanked the passerby. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The man wiped his bitter tears and sighed softly. It looks like I may even think that a dog is handsome in the future. Fortunately, the princess had gone out. It would not be long before those girls' interest dissipated with time. So, they might have a chance. Otherwise, they might really have to marry a dog in this life. Outside the Princess Manor, a snow wolf rushed out and blocked him as soon as the young man stepped in. It deliberately bared its brutal teeth, trying to scare the young man away. Ha! The young man moved forward a little. He looked at the dog. Oh no, the wolf. Are you the dog that Fu Chen mentioned, the dog that has seduced little Nine? A dog? The snow wolf was stunned for a moment and then became angry. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. You are the dog. Your whole family is dogs. Even if it was a dog, it must be a fierce dog. Arwo! The snow wolf rushed forward, angrily. The young man raised his hand and slapped it when it approached him. It was flung several meters away. He slightly raised his eyebrows and stood proudly under the morning light. He had a dominating aura and was no longer the cute man he was before. Just forget about the wild man who wants to snatch little Nine from me. After all, I can't beat him. You are just a dog. How dare you try to snatch little Nine from me? Arwo! Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The snow wolf's eyes were red. He was not a dog, not a dog. The snow wolf stretched out its paw furiously and pointed at the wild man. It howled at him loudly. Master said that even if it can't beat him, it has to scold him. He can't bear losing, anyway. Oh, so you know how to scold people. The young man continued to walk forward. Good dogs don't stand in the way. I'm going to find little Nine. The snow wolf's eyes grew redder. He was a wolf. He was really a wolf. The other spirit beasts were also shocked by what happened outside and quickly ran down the back hill. They must look after the manor when their master was not there, lest someone stole the spirit herbs. The corners of the young man's lips lifted when he saw the beasts rushing downhill. His intimidating aura suddenly stretched across the entire place. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The spirit beasts were intimidated by his aura and could not but help lie on the ground. Where is little Nine? At first, Biri and Biri too did not recognize the young man. Until the aura was spread wide open, then only they frowned and glanced at each other. Woof! Second brother, he seems to be the dragon named Big Grey Doggy. The young man's face was darkened. He stomped angrily. I'm Big Black, not Big Grey Doggy. Chapter 760. Biri turned to look at Biri too. Woof! Sponsored content. It doesn't matter if he is called Big Black or Big Grey Doggy, his owner has given him a good name. But my name is still better. Biri sounds like a boss. Biri too already felt that the young man's aura was getting stronger. It was lying on the ground shivering and ignoring Biri. Boss? The young man regained his senses. He grinned. I will be the boss of the spirit beasts in the future. This princess manor will be under my control. You will all be my followers. At this moment, the snow wolf could not hold in anymore. It howled loudly at the young man, scolding him. On what grounds? Why should this latecomer take away its status? It was the boss if the owner was not here. As a butler, he would usually receive a few divine spirit fruits. This brat must be going after the divine spirit fruits and wanted to steal his seat. The young man lifted his eyebrow while looking at the snow wolf and said, dominatingly, It's fine if you don't agree with me. You can't beat me anyway. I will be the boss. The seat next to little Nine will be mine. Her thighs, her hugs are all mine. None of you are allowed to challenge me. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Snow Wolf grunted aggrievedly. This punk had gone too far. It must sternly complain about him when the master returns. It was too overbearing. Yes, do you know where is little Nine? The young man frowned again. It finally transformed into a human and wanted to surprise her. Who knew she was not here? So, where did she go? A red fox nearby thought about it. Then she whined twice. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Tianshan Manor. The young man frowned. The red fox nodded. It happened to hear the master mention about Tianshan Manor. Thus, it is thought that the master had gone to Tianshan Manor. The young man touched his head. It seems like I will have to ask for directions again. He knew nothing about the world. He found the places only by asking for directions. Just as the young man turned his head and wanted to leave, he suddenly saw a white phoenix standing behind him. You mentioned Tianshan Manor just now. White Phoenix hesitated for a moment and asked. Xiao Qingqing went to Tianshan Manor. Who are you? The young man asked, coldly. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Another insignificant beast that wanted to steal Little Nine from him. Unfortunately, Little Nine did not like dragons or birds. You're going to find Xiao Qingqing, then he'll go to Sui. I know where Tianshan Manor is. White Phoenix's tears flowed down as soon as it mentioned Sui. Feng Ruqing was gone, Nan Xian too was gone. Sui had also abandoned it and disappeared. Chapter 761, Compass. What the hell is that? The young man asked. Sponsored content. White Phoenix gave him a scornful look. Humans use that thing to distinguish directions. Oh, what do you want that thing for? Are you stupid? How can I go to Tianshan Manor without it? Do you know which direction is the south, north, east and west? He had grown up in the mountains and knew nothing about the world. How could he know the directions? Wait a minute. He had a feeling that this bird was a bit unreliable. Oh, I remember now. I have heard people talking about it. Going up is the north, going down is the south. Going left is the west, whereas going right is the east. In which direction are you going? North. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. A smile appeared on the young man's face. Well, that's simple, we can just go forward, is that so? White Phoenix was a little surprised. Why did he not understand such a simple truth? Therefore, the White Phoenix just flew forward in that direction without thinking about it. The young man was anxious. Where are you flying to? You are going towards the south. The north should be in front of me. Are you stupid? White Phoenix's gaze was even more scornful and glared at the young man. You are stupid. The door is facing the rear. Am not wrong. The spirit beasts were speechless. They thought their IQ was low enough. Until the White Phoenix and Big Black appeared. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The two were facing each other, so they were facing different directions. Moreover, who told these two guys that going north and south was simply going up or down? Of course, in the end. Big Black just followed White Phoenix in buying a compass. Otherwise, relying on the IQ of these two guys, they might not even reach Tianshan Manor next year. Beery yelled in the direction where the two had left. Grr. Second brother, are these guys that stupid? Beery too. Grr. Yes, brother. I finally found someone with a lower IQ than you. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Beery's disdainful look changed after hearing Beery 2's words. Its face turned red immediately. It snarled and rushed toward Beery 2. A fist slammed, hard, at Beery 2's head. Grr. I tell you. No one among the spirit beasts can match my IQ. Otherwise, would not have been able to steal Butler Snow Wolf's divine spirit fruit. Snow Wolf had raised his head after Big Black left. It stared blankly and then slowly turned its head. It looked at Beery angrily. Beery also reacted to this moment. He turned his head and looked at the Snow Wolf's red eyes. This. I was spewing nonsense. Will you believe me? Awoo! Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The snow wolf roared and rushed toward Beery. Tears were shed in the air along with heartache, anger, and sadness. Snow Wolf's roars and Beery's mournful moans echoed in the Princess Manor that day. In the end, everyone in the entire Imperial City knew that the butler Snow Wolf had been violently abused by the Liu family's master. Now, it was doing something even worse to a male bear. Listening to those sounds, everyone knew that the battle was kinky and slutty. One Feng Ruching began to cultivate after Jiuming had left Fengyun Manor. 5 days had passed, the spirit herbs within her medium were almost ready. She left behind all the spirit herbs and spirit wine. She also left behind a letter. Then she disappeared from Fengyun Manor during the night. Chapter 762. He is as cute as a girl. 7. It was a long way to the Southern Ocean. Sponsored content. That was the case. Even with Feng Ruching's speed, she took almost half a month to get there. There were still a few ships at the Southern Ocean at the moment. Feng Ruching did not want anyone to know where she was going. Hence, she bought a bunch of boats and made the boatmen leave afterward. That island was not very far away. It did not take long for Feng Ruching to reach it. She saw that there was already a group of people on the island as soon as she docked her boat. The group was led by a cute and lovely girl who was about 13 or 14 years old. However, her dress was ragged and even torn in some parts. The people around her were not any better. Their clothes were also torn. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Don't you think that the Divine Herbs sect is crazy? What are they thinking? They took my storage bag and stole my Tianshan Manor's token. How will they allow us to go back now? The little girl was crying. Her eyes were red. Grandmother has been ill recently. I haven't been able to invite a physician. I have even lost my token. I can't go back. The more she thought about it, the more she could not hold back her tears. Some time ago, the people of the Divine Herbs sect went crazy and attacked the people from Tianshan Manor. The storage bag and token were snatched. Later, the Manor Master led a group of people to avenge them. The Manor Master had even gathered his people who were not currently in Tianshan Manor to join in. He intended to bring the girl and his people back. But she chose to stay because of her grandmother's illness. Only recently did she remember. Even if she could not go back for a while, she could ask her subordinates to ask for a token from the Manor Master. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. How she could go home now. My lady, the elder next to her sighed. What about we send a letter to the family and ask them to send someone to pick us up? As long as we can prove our identities, we can go back to Tianshan Manor. The little girl bit her lip. No, you can't let grandmother know that I've been attacked, or she would be so worried. Her health condition is already poor. She can't be provoked. So, the elder carefully suggested. What about we just say that we have lost the token? The little girl frowned. She stood up after a while. She suddenly saw Feng Ruching passing behind her when she was about to say something. Her eyes suddenly lit up. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. This young lady had a sleek appearance. She might not have been attacked by the Divine Herbs sect. She might have a token with her. Hey, little beauty, the little girl was breathing fast. She hurried toward Feng Ruching and blocked her. Her face was as red as an apple, cute and supple. Feng Ruching stopped and frowned. When she started to feel impatient, a fair face appeared in front of her. She consciously softened her voice a little. She still did not let her guard down because she did not know the girl. She asked, "Are you okay?" Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Little beauty, we have lost our token. The little girl was a little embarrassed. If you have a token with you, can you take us for a ride? You can rest assured that we will solve the tactical formations along the way. You don't need to worry about it. Although everyone at Tianshan Manor knew how to break the formation, it still required a lot of energy. Therefore, it would be best if she did not have to do it. Chapter 763. He is as cute as girl. VI sponsored content. Feng Riching was calm. Fu Chen had taught her a lot of tactical formations, so she could easily break the formation if she studied it. But if it could save some time, so why not? Okay. She was quiet for a while before she agreed. There was joy on the little girl's face. She hurriedly turned to look at the elder behind her. Grandpa Zhao, this little beauty has promised to take us in. Let's go. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. The elder's face relaxed. He slowly stepped forward and bowed with a smile. This girl looks unfamiliar. I don't know where she is from. Feng Riching smiled and raised her lips. My family is not strong. You may not know it even if I told you. It was true that there were many forces in Tianshan Manor. If it was an ordinary family, they might not know. You have helped us this time. We, the Luo family, will definitely repay you in the future. This is the young lady of the Luo family. We still have to keep an eye on each other along this journey. Luo Li smiled. Little beauty, let's go. Okay. Feng Riching's face became soft. Feng Riching somehow thought of Tang Yin while looking at this little girl. It had been a while since she had left Lu Yun Kingdom and she had started to miss the girl. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. She did not know if Tang Yin had enraged her uncle. It was not difficult to crack the formation. They were unimpeded along the way. In just a blink of an eye, they reached a gate. Two guards stood in front of the gate like a sculpture, motionless. Feng Riching lifted her hand and a token appeared in her hands. The guard simply glanced at the token and let them in. The tokens of Tianshan Manor had often disappeared during that period. According to the manor master, he had already snatched back some of the tokens that were stolen when he went to the Divine Herbs sect the other day. It was neither more nor less, just exactly the number of tokens that were robbed. Read more chapter on VIP novel. The manor master had already collected those tokens, so Tianshan Manor naturally would not check them very strictly. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. She reckoned. The people of Tianshan Manor would never think that the reason why the tokens were just the right amount was that Nan Xian duplicated some of them from his own token. Nan Xian had a lot of those tokens. Little beauty, thank you for bringing us back. I'm going home now. You can visit me at the Luo family soon. Luo Li smiled. There was no arrogance in her face. She was just like a well-behaved little sister next door. Feng Riching stopped and there was a certain light in her eyes. She said, I have something to ask. What's up? Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Do you know the Qin family? Luo Li was bewildered. Which Qin family? Qin Chen's Qin family. The name, Qin Chen, was not unfamiliar to Luo Li. It was just that she did not expect Feng Riching to know Qin Chen. I know that Qin Chen is the adopted son of the Qin family. I heard that the Qin family's master brought him back when he went out. He was very pitiful. His family did not want him. If it wasn't for the Qin family, he might have been frozen to death. Luo Li frowned. She just could not figure out why was there such cruel people in this world who were willing to abandon their own son. So, how is he? Enriching hesitated for a while before she finally asked. Not bad. The people in the Qin family looked down on him in the beginning. However, Qin Fei took care of him since he was young. I saw her scolding the maids several times for not respecting him. He should be fine. Chapter 764, Enriching remained silent. Sponsored content. If that was the case, she could be at ease. But somehow, she was always a bit uneasy about Qin Qin. Little beauty, how did you meet Qin Qin? Enriching replied, we met somewhere on the streets, but then he went home. So, I haven't seen him for a long time. Luo Li stared at Enriching's face for a few seconds. She was a little stunned. You and Qin Qin are not just ordinary friends, right? Enriching was shocked. She was just asking casually. Could it be that Luo Li had already sensed that their relationship was special? Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Sister Feng, Luo Li patted her shoulders with a smile and winked. I know what you are thinking. You don't have to worry. It's fine even if you like the Qin family's adopted son. I will help you. Enriching was speechless. When did she fall in love with Qin Qin? Chainer was her younger brother. Ahem, Elder Zhao cleared his throat. He grinned. We shall go back now. The old lad's health is getting worse, we should go back earlier. Luo Li's smile slowly disappeared and sadness replaced her smile. She pursed her lips gently. Sister Feng, I'll go back first. You can come to the Luo family to visit me whenever you are free. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Okay. She did not refuse Luo Li's kindness. But she had more important things to do. Heavenly City. It was the core of Tianshan Manor and was equivalent to the imperial city of Luyun Kingdom. It did not take long for Enriching to see the Qin family's plaque. There were 2 guards standing outside the manor. They stood still, unmoving. Download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Originally, Enriching did not plan to enter the Qin family's manor. She came here just to find out if Chainer was doing well. A figure came out slowly from the Qin family's gate. Enriching quickly hid somewhere. She glanced at the person stepping out of the gate. The woman was pale and weak. She was a morbid beauty with a slight smile on her face. My lady, a maid followed after her and held Qin Fei's body. She was a little bit worried. You are still ill. Lady, when you said that you should rest at home. Qin Fei smiled softly. It's okay. Chainer has a bad appetite recently. I'm going to buy him some food from heaven, I won. But, my lady, we can go on your behalf. You don't have to go. After all, Qin Chen is just, download our sponsors game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Lu Xia. Qin Fei's face darkened. No matter what his identity was, he is now my younger brother. I owe him too much. It's only right to go buy some food for him because he is very dear to me in this world. But she still had to abandon him in order to marry a godlike man. Therefore, even if it was just a small thing, she wanted to do it for him. Only with this, she could feel much better in her heart. There would be no more guilt. Lu Xia did not dare to speak further. She lowered her head, but she was filled with disdain. He was just an adopted child. She could not understand why the lady was so good to him. The lady really loved him as if he was her younger brother. She even wanted to go out to buy him some food even when she was sick. Yet, Qin Chen still did not appreciate it. He had treated her coldly these past few days and kept a long face with her. Chapter 765, Let's Go. Sponsored content. Qin Feier sighed softly as she walked down the stairs. She did not pay much attention to Feng Ruqing even when she was walking past her. Feng Ruqing seemed to have something in mind when she looked at her. Was it really as what had Luoli said? That the Qin family was pretty good to chain her? She still felt uneasy for some reason. She had to see him directly to be at ease. She stared at the Qin family's gate. Then, she turned and walked toward the nearest inn. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. At the courtyard. In the backyard of the Mu family, Chen Qinyan sat on the stone bench staring silently at the man standing in front of her. Han Feng, how is it? Did you find out about the divine physician? The man in the black robe said, respectfully, young mistress, I have investigated Paramount for a long time, but the divine physician never appeared. However, I have still obtained a piece of news for you. That divine physician seems to be an unmarried girl. Her name is Qing Xian. These people of the Mu family addressed her as young mistress when there was no one there. At that time, Lady Sui was never as generous as Lady Qinyan. Not only did she give a lot of money to the subordinates, but she also gave them a lot of spirit herbs every month. Lady Sui had never done any of this. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Therefore, they were more accepting of Lady Qinyan than of Lady Sui. However, some people never thought that even if the Mu family had many spirit herbs, they still needed to be distributed reasonably. If not, the Mu family would hardly be able to make ends meet one day. Qing Xian. Qing Qinyan chuckled and smiled a little. This name is quite casual. She has probably taken this name because she doesn't want to be disturbed. She just wants to be a casual idler. Then. Young mistress, all right, say no more. You only need to say that you found nothing when you report to Brother Ling. If he knows that divine physician Qing Xian is a girl, he will want the girl to marry Nan Xian. If Nan Xian comes back, do you think you can live as luxuriously as you do now? Han Feng trembled. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Lady Sui was extremely strict with everyone in the Mu family when she was there. She was like a devil, not allowing them to make any mistakes. If Nan Xian returned, it would be the same. They were used to such a comfortable life now. They no longer wanted to be the living dead. It would also be more difficult for them to get spirit herbs. Young mistress, I know what to do. Han Feng's expression was solemn. You can leave now. I'll arrange the other things myself. Chen Qinyan slowly got up and walked slowly toward the backyard. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. A shy laugh came from somewhere in the backyard. Chen Qinjian's footsteps gradually slowed after hearing the voice. She frowned, impatiently. A wicked smile slowly filled Mu Zai's gentle face and his hand slid across the chest of the woman who was in his arms. Young master, the delicate beauty in his arms quickly grabbed Mu Zai's hand. She stared at him with her beautiful eyes. We are in public. Maybe we should return to the room. In that instant, Mu Zai's smile disappeared. He reached out and pushed the beauty in his arms onto the ground, mercilessly. You are my concubine. I will decide when do I want you and when you have to serve me. Don't you dare to make any decisions for me. His voice was angry. The beauty quickly got up and kneeled before Mu Shi. Chapter 766, Young Master, I did not intend to offend you. Please spare my life. Sponsored content. The young master had always been cruel. Countless girls had died in his hands. She thought that the young master would spoil her. Therefore, she had the courage to do it, but she did not expect that it would anger the master after all. There is no need for a disobedient woman to stay. Mushi stepped forward and pinched the bowtie's chin. His eyes were extremely cold. You should know your place well. You are just a dog that I keep. The beauty broke out in cold sweats. Her eyes were swimming in tears. Her face was pale and she was frightened. Sierra. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. A suppressed voice came from behind. Mushi then let go of the beauty in front of him. He turned his head and looked at the beautiful woman who was walking into the backyard. Sierra, Chen Qingyan frowned. It's enough. I have warned you not to do this last time. Otherwise, I won't be able to find a good wife for you in the future. Mushi snorted softly and did not speak again. Chen Qingyan glanced at the beauty who was kneeling on the ground. You may leave now. The beauty was happy that she was saved. She kowtowed to Chen Qingyan gratefully and then hurried out. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Sierra, Chen Qingyan was helpless. Do you know why your father doesn't give anything to you and rather let Tang Yin or other people have them? It is because of your outrageous actions. Do you know how many women you have killed? He listened scornfully. I heard that Tang Yin is half disabled. She is 15 years old but has not grown up well. I am not interested in such a woman, let alone the fat girl, Gui. I felt disgusted when I saw her. I'd rather you kill me than ask me to marry her. Sierra, Chen Qingyan smiled bitterly. You have to understand that as a member of the Mu family, marriage is a must. Only then can you beat Nan Xian. Mushi laughed ironically. I only like beauties. Asking me to marry an ugly girl is like taking my life. Sierra, do you still not understand me? Chen Qingyan said, you can marry those beauties and let them enter the Mu family. It's fine even if you don't touch them. If you really want a beauty, just let her be your concubine. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Mushi frowned a little as if she was thinking about something. I came to tell you something. Chen Qingyan smiled. There is a divine physician in Paramount. She knows how to use herbal dishes to cure diseases and improve one's strength. I hope you get her to be your wife. Just use any means. Otherwise, Nan Xian will have this girl again. Mu Zai's face darkened. You want me to marry someone I haven't seen before? Wouldn't it be disgusting for me if she is ugly? Sierra. Chen Qingyan sighed. You told me last time that you like the woman that Nan Xian likes. If you are going to marry divine physician Qing Xian, I will let that girl be your concubine. What do you think? Mushi squinted. The young girl's stunning appearance appeared in his mind again then. That beautiful girl he saw for the first time was more beautiful than any of his previous women. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. More importantly, she was the person whom Nan Xian likes. He would use all means to grab whatever Nan Xian liked. Actually, I do not intend for her to be my concubine. Mushi licked his lips and sneered. She has been with Nan Xian for so long. She is surely not a virgin anymore. She is not qualified to be my wife, let alone a concubine. Nevertheless, it's all right to play with her since she is so pretty. Chapter 767, Chen Qingyan was relieved after hearing Mu Zai's words. Sponsored content. A woman whose body had been outside of her own home was unclean and was indeed not qualified to be a part of the Mu family. Besides, she had also been married once. Then I don't have to be so worried about it. Chen Qingyan smiled. After all, a woman still has to be loyal. On top of that, she is not a virgin. She even had relationships with a few men before. That's not right. Regardless of her being a virgin or not, as long as she had been in love with others, even if she had not done anything, this woman had been long unclean. It was so disgusting. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. But men are so lecherous. He wanted her body and did not mind that she had been married once after seeing her beauty. Nan Xian was like this. Her son too was like this. Sierra, you have to think carefully about what I have just told you. I will not meddle with your matters in the future as long as you can make her marry you. Really? Mu Shi asked as he squinted. When have I ever lied to you? Chen Qingyan's eyes gradually softened. In addition, you can't treat your concubines like this in the future. If you really want to kill them, just find a man to sleep with her and accuse her of betraying you. Then you will have a reason to kill her. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Although the Mu family need not be afraid now. But Sierra still could not go too far, or else there would be bad rumors spreading around. Even Brother Ling would criticize his behaviors. If she had not been chewing Mu Ling's ear, Sierra would not have been forgiven so easily. Mu Zai's eyes were cold. In this case, am I not being betrayed? I will be a disgrace if people find out about it. You can say that she stole your things. You can find excuses to drive her out of the Mu family and kill her silently. Anyway, you can't let her die here. The world is dangerous, so she might meet her enemies anywhere. There are many ways to kill her, just avoid dragging yourself into it. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Okay, I'll do it next time. Mu Zai's face lit up. He walked slowly to Chen Qingyan. Mother, Sui has lost to you once. I will also defeat Nan Xian by stealing his woman. You can rest assured that if Nan Xian dies in the future, I will make the woman go to hell with him. I just want to sleep with her. Chen Qingyan hesitated for a moment and said, she is Nan Xian's woman after all. You must not forcibly take her, or else, Nan Xian will be telling father on you. No matter how Nan Xian disrespected Brother Ling still would not drive him out of the Mu family. The same went for Sui. Nan Xian and Nan Sui are too similar. Brother Ling also treats them similarly. Sui has done things that hurt Brother Ling, but still, Brother Ling can't bear to let go of her. Mu Zai's eyes flickered. Was Sui unfaithful to his father? Did she fall in love with another person? Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. No. Chen Qingyan shook her head. Do you know that there is a male phoenix with Sui? A phoenix? Mu Shi laughed out loud. Are you saying that Sui and that phoenix? It's impossible, that phoenix is her pet. How can she have an affair with the phoenix? Chen Qingyan sneered. A woman shall always be loyal to her husband. Have you seen me with other people other than your father in all these years? However, Sui was always with the phoenix day and night. Even if nothing happens between them, her behavior is still not acceptable. 1. Chapter 768, Mu Zai's eyes darkened. Sponsored content. Mother was right. If his future wife was with a talking spirit beast day and night, he would not adopt it as a pet even if there was nothing between them. His wife might not be the one he loved, but his wife only had to stay at the Mu family waiting for him to come home. Furthermore, your father has never done anything to her to be sorry for her. He just made me his concubine and did not divorce Sui. Nonetheless, Sui had actually forced your father to drive me out. Your father tried to persuade her nicely in many ways, but she still refused to accept it. How could Chen Qingyan not feel bitter when reminiscing the past? She almost could not enter the Mu family. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. If it was not for Mu Ling, who thought she had lost all her strength to save him, he would not have let her into the Mu family out of guilt. This was all Sui's fault. Okay, think about it carefully. Then, you shall go to Paramount. Chen Qingyan turned around. I shall go to accompany your father. He is not in the mood these days. Chen Qingyan stopped talking and went outside after she had finished her words. Mu Shi stared at the sky and his smile was a little wicked. Nan Xian and I are destined to be enemies in this life. I will steal all of his stuff, be it power or a woman. 1. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Besides, he also believed that no woman could escape the palm of his hand. At the Luo family, a young girl in a pink dress hurried in. She then saw a weak old lady, basking in the sun. The old lady's face was very pale. However, she still refused to lie on the bed all the time. Hence, she would stand and walk around every day. Grandmother. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Luo Li's tears instantly flowed. She went to the old lady and pursed her lips tightly. Grandmother, I'm sorry. I did not see the divine physician's face, although I have found her. I'm useless. The old lady looked at her lovingly. She then raised her hand and stroked Luo Li's head. She was gentle. Liar, everything is fine as long as you're all right. Grandmother is old, it doesn't matter anymore. I just worry about you. You are going to have a stepmother soon. If I die, how will you be able to survive? Luo Li burst into tears after she heard her grandmother's words. She cried in the old lady's arms. Read more chapter on VIP novel. Calm, grandmother, don't go. I'm going to be bullied if you go. You have to bring me with you. Hoo-hoo, the old lady was also hugging Luo Li. My poor little liar, you don't have a mother since you were young. Now, even your father is about to become your stepfather. I would rather let the old man who has died take us both away, so that we will not be bullied by those immoral beasts. Download our sponsor's game and get $30 reward. Remove ads. Luo Fei saw them crying as soon as he came over. His face darkened after he heard their conversation. He could not bear to see those two crying. He cleared his throat. Mother, liar, what are you doing? I am liar father, when have I become her stepfather? Please leave. You're going to find liar a stepmother. Aren't you just a stepfather then? The old lady cried, loudly. I can still take care of liar while I'm still alive. If I die, who will help my poor little liar? Grandmother, please take me with you. Luo Li's face was full of tears. Luo Fei was speechless. Mother, he continued. You are not well. Crying will worsen your condition. Chapter 769. The old lady stared at Luo Fei. Who do you think has made me so sad? Sponsored content. Remove ads. She turned to Luo Li and gently held the girl's hand after she said that sentence. Liar, I heard that the Mu family marriage has been rejected by the manor master recently. What do you think of the guy from the Mu family? I must find someone to protect you after I am gone. Otherwise, you will be bullied to death by these people. Luo Li wiped her tears. I don't want it. I have someone whom I like. The old lady's face stiffened. Someone who you like. No, the person I like is not a human. He is a fox. He promised me that he will come back and marry me after he transforms into a human. Sponsored content. Remove ads. The old lady's face stiffened again. She then cried even more sadly than before. My poor Xiao liar, you even like a spirit beast in order to escape this family. But I'm afraid that you have to wait for your next life for him to transform into a human. You are destined to be alone in this life. Blame it on your father. He is the one who has ruined you. Luo Fei's face was dark. He was afraid that the old lady would continue to cry. He cleared his throat again. Liar, I am going to marry Feier's aunt. Isn't your relationship with Feier good? Her aunt will also be nice to you. Furthermore, the people in the Qin family are very kind. You don't have to worry. Luo Li snorted. If my little fox has another fox before he becomes a human, I will definitely be angry and will not like his child. It is also the same for you. I am not her biological child. She won't like me. Read more chapter on VIP novel. Calm. The old lady was even sadder. Xiao liar, do you really want to wait for that fox? It doesn't matter if you don't like the Mu family's young master. What about Qin Chen from the Qin family? What do you think? The young man is quite lovable although he is just an adopted child. Sponsored content. Remove ads. I don't want him either. Luo Li pouted. He is the one sister phone likes. I can't snatch the one that my friend likes. Besides, I only like little fox. I will just have to wait for it even if it meant spending my whole life waiting. Luo Fei groaned. Mother, you can accept Qin family's adopted son for Luo Li, why can't you accept her? The old lady glared at him. Xiao liar is my sweetheart. Who do you think you are? Sponsored content. Remove ads. At this moment, Luo Fei had an epiphany that he might not be her own son. Mother, actually, Yuer is not as bad as you think. She really will not bully Xiao liar. Besides, I'm still alive. I will not let other people bully her. That's not necessarily true. The old lady snorted. If you and Qin Xiaoye have your own children in the future, will there still be a place for Xiao liar? If it were not for my health, I don't care if you marry a wife. At least I can protect liar, but now I'm dying. How can I let you find another person that might harm liar? Mother. Luo Fei said, harshly. I said that I won't allow you to leave. I will save you at all costs. The old lady gave up. Forget it, I don't care too much about life and death. Liar, go to your little fox after I am gone. Just ignore your stepfather and stepmother. Okay, Luo Li said. I'll take your ashes with me and let them live their lives. She did not like Qin Xiaoye. She had never liked Qin Xiaoye where her father was marrying her or not. Luo Li involuntarily recalled that beautiful figure today. She felt a little regret. Such a pity. The girl was too young and already had a beloved person. It was impossible for the girl to become her stepmother. She wondered if that girl had any aunts or other relatives. Chapter 770, Liar. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Luo Fei was helpless. I'm your father. Can't you even trust me? Luo Li turned her head arrogantly and groaned. Then she ignored Luo Fei. Luo Fei sighed helplessly. He could only look at the old lady again. Mother, I will find a cure for your disease. Even if it can't be treated, I will definitely find a spirit herb that can extend your life. To be honest, the old lady had always been clear about Luo Fei's filial piety. Therefore, if she was still alive, no matter how many wives Luo Fei was going to marry, she would not care about it. She was afraid that Lyre would be hurt if she died. Shall Lyre, go out and play. I still have something to say to your father. The old lady sighed softly. Even if Luo Fei promised her not to marry now, she was afraid that no one would keep him in check after she died. Sponsored content. Remove ads. She had to do everything to help Lyre. Okay. Luo Li nodded obediently. She naturally understood that her grandmother was going to talk about Qin Xiaoye with her father. So, she did not say much anymore and stared angrily at Luo Fei before leaving. Luo Fei felt heartbroken seeing Luo Li's expression of ignoring him. He and Xiaoye truly loved each other. However, if Lyre refused to accept her, he might not be able to marry her so easily. Haven't I? The most prestigious restaurant in Tianshan Manor. Sponsored content. Remove ads. But this restaurant did not accept too many guests. Only those who had a certain status could enter. Haven't I? Luo Li had already inquired about Feng Ruking's whereabouts. She initially wanted to go to her straight away. Nevertheless, she stopped when she passed by. Haven't I? She remained silent for a moment and walked in. She had to bring Feng Ruqing something to eat since going there empty-handed did not look good. Young Lady Luo. Heaven's shopkeeper walked up to her with a smile when he saw Luo Li. I'm sorry, young Lady Luo. We are not accepting guests today. Luo Li was startled. She was disappointed. It was a pity. She originally wanted to let Feng Ruqing taste the food from Heaven Eye. Unfortunately, Heaven Eye was not accepting guests today. May I know why isn't Heaven Eye accepting guests today? Sponsored content. Remove ads. It was because the Mu family's young lady, Mu Huan, is back. Grandmaster Hai Rong is also back. The Mu family is having a feast here to welcome them. Only those with the invitation letter can enter. Hai Rong. Mu Huan's master, Hai Rong. As soon as Luo Li's eyes lit up, they dimmed again. Hai Rong's medical skills were extremely brilliant. He was as powerful as the physician in Tianshan Manor. They both had one thing in common, that was they rarely treated other people. Especially Grandmaster Hai Rong. He never hankered for wealth and rank. He just wanted to be free and unrestrained. It was impossible to ask him to cure her grandmother. Luo Li's eyes were filled with disappointment. Luo Li turned around, wanting to leave Heaven Eye. Maybe she had fallen into a trance, she did not even notice that a woman was coming from the front. This woman was about 30 years old. However, her face was pretty and young, showing no traces of aging due to her great skincare routine. Shaoli, why are you here? The woman apparently noticed Luo Li. She paused and called out. Luo Li's body trembled. She stopped too. Her face stiffened when she saw the woman's face in front of her. You are allowed to be here. Why am I not? Qin Xiaoye looked at Luo Li with a smirk. Of course, the Qin family came here by invitation. Today, Heaven Eye will not receive any guests. If you call me mother, I will allow you to stay. Chapter 771. Her Manners. Fair was going to enter the Mu family. She could see that the Mu family's Qin Qinyan thought highly of Fair. If Fair gave her word, Luo Li could stay at Heaven Eye to enjoy the food. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Luo Li was stubborn and impatient. You haven't married my father. Why should I call you mother? Qin Xiaoye smirked ironically. She took a few steps toward Luo Li, deliberately lowering her voice so that it could only be heard by the two of them. Luo Li, I know that you and that old thing in your family are trying to stop your father from marrying me. However, it doesn't matter, I will be the lady of the Luo family after that old thing dies. You better obey me. I will be nice to you in the future. Luo Li's face changed. She was angry. Don't you dare try to insult my grandmother again. Did I make a mistake? She will not be able to live for long. I'm not stupid. I know that you want to ask Grandmaster Hai Rong to cure her. Do you think the Mu family will let Grandmaster Hai Rong treat your grandmother if Fei opposes it? Qin Xiaoya lowered her eyes, covering the wickedness in her eyes. You have only one way to live a good life in the future. Please me. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Luo Li's clenched fist slowly loosened. Her face was pale. You have finally shown your true self. Shaoli, your father knows that you don't like me. He also knows that you will do anything to stop us. Even if you go back and tell your father about this, do you think he will believe you? Qin Xiaoya sneered. Have you forgotten? You have hurt me in front of him before. That was because you broke my mother's memorial tablet. Shaoli, you have wronged me. The memorial tablet was broken by your subordinates. After all, your father thought so. Qin Xiaoya laughed. Her voice was low but threatening. You can rest assured that I am not a vicious woman. As long as I enter the Luo family, I will not treat you badly. If you relent, that old thing in your family will not stop. You should understand what decision is best for you. Sponsored content. Remove ads. She had no intention of abusing Luo Li. Otherwise, she also would be in trouble if Luo Fei found out about it. Her purpose was only to enter the Luo family. If Luo Li was obedient in the future, she would naturally treat her well and find a good man for her. If not, then she should not be blamed for not being easy on her. Luo Li clenched her fist again. She glared at Qin Xiaoya without saying anything. Qin Xiaoya turned to the shopkeeper nearby and smiled. Hey, please give me a glass of water. I'm a little thirsty. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Yes, young lady Qin. The shopkeeper left after he heard Qin Xiaoya's words. He brought a glass of water to Qin Xiaoya after a short while. The water was freshly poured. Hence, it was quite hot. Qin Xiaoya blew it twice, but somehow, the hot water was spilled on Luo Li. Luo Li panicked because she was standing too close, she could not even avoid it. She could only use her hand to hurriedly cover her face. The water was spilled on the back of her hand. She could not help but draw a cold breath due to the sudden pain. Qin Xiaoya panicked too. I'm sorry, liar. I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it. Her voice was not as low as before, but rather high as if she feared that others would not hear it. Just after Qin Xiaoya finished that sentence, a voice came from the upper floor. Aunt, Shaoli, what are you doing? Chapter 772. Luo Li was so much in pain that she broke out in a sweat. Her face was terribly pale. She stopped talking and just walked past Qin Xiaoya to leave Heaven Eye. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Liar, Qin Xiaoya felt guilty. She hurriedly grabbed Luo Li's hand. Sorry, I really didn't mean it. Please forgive me for my unintentional action. The sound of footsteps walking down the stairs was getting closer and soon approached Luo Li and Qin Xiaoya. Qin Xiaoya's talent was quite good. She pulled Luo Li stiffly. Luo Li had tried to get away a few times but failed to do it. Her hand was feeling more and more painful. Her face was very pale. Aunt. Qin Fei slightly frowned and slowly walked to Qin Xiaoya. She asked, helplessly, what did you do this time that made Liar angry? Sponsored content. Remove ads. Qin Xiaoya lowered her head. I have accidentally spilled water on her. If she goes back and distort the truth and said that I had deliberately spilled it on her, old lady Luo will not let me enter the Luo family again. Fair, you have a good relationship with Shaoli. Please help me persuade her. I really didn't mean it. So, what if she was doing it on purpose? There was nothing that old lady could do as long as Luo Fei did not believe Luo Li. Qin Fei frowned and glanced at Qin Xiaoye. Her aunt was always so clumsy. She still dared to make such mistakes knowing that Shaoli did not like her. Even if she did not mean it, Shaoli would definitely be unhappy. Shaoli. Qin Fei slowly walked toward Luo Li. Her voice was soft and she looked at Luo Li warmly. What about letting my aunt apologize to you? She really didn't mean it. If there is a next time, I will help you scold her. Okay. Sponsored content. Remove ads. She had a good relationship with Luo Li. Furthermore, her health was poor. Luo Li was afraid that she might make Fei sad. Thus, she would listen to everything that Fei said. Both families would be embarrassed if they had argued in the public. Fei planned to let her aunt apologize first, and then only they would solve it when they went back. Luo Li's face was bathed in sweat. She gritted her teeth tightly and used all her strength to say the two words. Get out. Qin Fei's gaze did not stay on Luo Li for a long time. She only looked at Luo Li's face and did not notice her hand that was hurting since Luo Li put her hand behind her back. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Aunt quickly apologized to Shaoli. Qin Fei knew that Luo Li was really angry this time. Luo Li had even directed her anger toward Fei. She turned and looked back at Qin Xiaoye. She said, coldly, apologize until Shaoli is willing to forgive you. Luo Li held her palm tightly. She was so in pain that she could not even say a word. Earlier, Qin Xiaoye was afraid that Luo Li would just go away. Therefore, she had dragged Luo Li's arm that had made the pain more unbearable. If Luo Li did not rush to the hospital now, there might be scars on her hand later. Fei, I have already apologized to Liar just now. Yet, she still has not forgiven me. I really did not intend to do it. Qin Xiaoye sounded guilty. Shaoli did not get to buy Heaven's food just now. As an apology, can you talk to the Mu family and let Heaven prepare some for her? Qin Fei laughed abruptly. Okay. I will mention it to the lady of Mu family later. Liar, can you forgive my aunt since she is so sincere? She is really in love with your father. You being like this. It would be difficult for Uncle Luo. Who wanted to buy Heaven's food now? Luo Li just wanted to leave. My hand. Luo Li gnashed her teeth and could only manage to speak those two words. Suddenly, a sobbing voice came from behind, interrupting her. 1. Chapter 773, Liar, how can you forgive me? If you are angry, you can hit me and scold me. I just ask you to give me a chance, so that I can compensate you. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Qin Fei looked at Qin Xiaoye. It seemed that her aunt really had learned from her mistakes this time. Otherwise, with her temperament, she would not have compensated Luo Li so easily. She would rather demolish 10 temples than ruin her own chance at this marriage. Fei decided to help her aunt this time since she had apologized to Luo Li sincerely. In going to the divine, Qin Fei had regained herself from her thoughts without saying the last words. She had been deeply absorbed in her thoughts just now. Therefore, she had not heard anything from Luo Li at all. Sponsored content. Remove ads. She said gently and modestly. Liar, let's go. You shall wait here with me. Let my aunt buy you some food. Then I can take you to meet the Mu family. Qin Fei signaled Qin Xiaoye with a wink. She then held Luo Li's arm naturally. At this moment, Luo Li did not want to say anything. She just wanted to shake off Qin Feier's arm. Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice. She was shocked and her tears kept flowing down from her eyes. Luo Li. Luo Li slowly raised her head. At that instant, the girl's beautiful face was reflected in her eyes. She was so pretty and kind. Sister Ruching, sponsored content. Remove ads. Qin Feier looked up, following Luo Li's gaze. She held her breath as her eyes were filled with an unclear emotion. Qin Feier had always been very confident with her appearance. Until today. The figure donning a blood-red robe was even more dazzling than the sun and even more peerless than the evildoer. As a woman herself, she had to admit that the girl in front of her was indeed astonishingly beautiful, as if she could exhaust all beings at a glance. Feng Ruching had originally wanted to sneak in the laxatives to the Mu family that could last for 1 month since she heard they were here. However, she did not expect to meet Luo Li. If Luo Li willingly followed Qin Feier, she would certainly not go meddle with them, much less come out from her hiding place. Sponsored content. Remove ads. Now. Luo Li obviously resisted, but Qin Feier never saw it. She wanted to take Luo Li away. At that moment, she had already forgotten her purpose for visiting Heaven Eye. Are you hurt? Feng Ruching looked at Luo Li's face. She frowned. Luo Li's face was covered in cold sweats. Her eyes were screaming of pain. Luo Li hurriedly hid her hand behind her back and shook her head. I'm fine. I just want to go home. Feng Ruching's eyes were dark. She quickly approached Luo Li like the wind and pushed Qin Feier away. Go away. Qin Feier was shoved and fell to the ground. She stared blankly at Feng Ruching, who had pushed her to the ground. Her face gradually darkened. Feier. Qin Xiaoye was so horrified that she rushed forward and helped Qin Feier to get up. Just as she wanted to scold Feng Ruching, she was stopped by Qin Feier. Girl, I don't know what is your relationship with Xiaoli, but Xiaoli is my friend. I just wanted her to eat at Heaven Eye. You doing this? Is there something? Feng Ruching was expressionless, as if she had not heard Qin Xiaoye's words. She grabbed Luo Li's wrist and straightened her hand that was hidden behind her back. There was no intact skin on the back of the girl's hand. The entire back of Luo Li's hand had turned red. There were also several large blisters on the back of her hand. Qin Feier was dumbfounded. She stared closely at the back of Luo Li's hand.